All right, good afternoon, Cyber Traders. Welcome on back here this Wednesday, December 28th. Great to see Mark still with us here, as well as a bunch of us right now. Great to see Norman as well, and just all of us rejoining us otherwise inside the live trading room. Great to see all of us back on social media, Facebook Live or YouTube. Folks, we got to move quick. We got the Phase 2 stock course continuing at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 3:05 to be exact. So we'll look to post the link for that class coming up just in a moment. We actually recently did it 2 o'clock, but we'll repost that in just a bit here. So great to see Ron still with us here and a few more. So with that said, let's hop right to it, folks. Actually, hey, for Norman or Mark or any one of us that were a part of the Phase 2 stock course earlier this morning, maybe a little pop quiz. Why do I have this lineup here on TGTX? It's a yellow line at 1050. So if you can recall back from our morning class, I had a couple of yellow lines on my charts. I was kind of explaining to you what those meant. If you were following us inside the live trading room just a moment ago, you could actually see Rich's call out. And, well, Norman writes in the chat board, a halt print. Yeah, I mean, it's a big print from time and sales. And in this case, to be very exact, like Norman wrote, well, the stock got halted earlier today. I think it was off of news pending TGTX. It got halted at 12:51 Eastern, reopened up, I mean, just before we started our meeting here at 2:21. So let me actually bring up Benzinga Pro. We got to move quick, but we got a little time. Then check the updated news as to why TGTX got halted and reopened up. So TG Therapeutics announces FDA approval of their drug. I'm not sure as to what it treats, so I'm not going to dip through all the riffraff, but company to host conference call on Thursday at 8:30 Eastern time. So 8:30 a.m. Eastern, that is. So that'll be on Thursday. So coming up tomorrow. Be pretty interesting to see what's ahead, at least on that conference call for TG Therapeutics. But yeah, I mean, just given what happened recently, right? Let me bring up Bookmap. Let me bring up level 4. Just a moment ago here, we had a 276,000 share print. Ended up seeing that right off of 1050 just a moment ago after it broke under it. It ended up acting as resistance, still acting as resistance to a great degree. So, if you're looking for continuation on this trade, that is the level to look for it from. So, we'll see if this could re-break one more time over 1050 before the close. It might just be a short from this point, though, if it could hold resistance at 1050. If it fails to break higher, then the stock actually is shortable on TradeStation. I think it's easy to borrow on Thinkorswim. Mark, if you can confirm that for me. I know he was saying, wow, this would have been a great short, perhaps coming to this trade a bit late, but, there could still be some more room on this stock if it could hold this 1050 as resistance. So Mark says it's easy to borrow on Thinkorswim. There we go, even better. So you can trade it both ways. We'll at least start by putting this on our watch list here. Otherwise, though, let's just go across the board, see what else we got here. Again, just because it popped and it's up big off of news doesn't mean it's going to continue. In fact, with this reopening off the halt, I mean, there's a big gap to fill. Just saying. Now, we're going to cover the Cala trade, at least in our Phase 2 course later on at 3 o'clock Eastern, 3:05. Really just going over the morning move for this stock, not as much the noontime pop. I'll cover that right now with you folks. But, at least simple to say right now, this stock took off after the market opened up this morning, ran up as high as 950, close to 10. And then from there, it died off, right? I mean, really, this stock was making lower highs. It was kind of just going sideways for a little while. So it's easy to take your eyes off of this trade. It really is. I mean, we did well on it from the morning. You can't keep expecting a stock to push up perfectly. Not every stock is going to be COSM from, the other week. Went up to God knows how much, $25. But man, once the roof got broken on this trade, holy smokes, this thing ended up launching way over 10, got halted 3-4 times over. And even when it got halted on the way down here, it ended up actually retracing back up, trying to break out one more time, failed to do so from there. And now at this point, this thing is just dead. So, am I likely to put this on our watch list for the afternoon right now? No. But I want to give a couple of big shout outs right now, if I may. Actually, one in particular stands out. She posted earlier in the trading room. I just want to give her a big congratulations, as I did earlier through chat. But Barbara O got $6.60 per share on this trade. That's all I'll mention. And with that, what I'll mention is hey, this could be, it is, it's life-changing money actually on this type of trade. So, this is what we honestly train everyone here for. You're not going to catch this type of move every singular day of the week, but if you know what to look for, if you know the levels and the preparation behind it, and once you see a stock break through a big level, if you're expecting a big move, and if it works out, then that's exactly what we train you for. So Barbara killed it on this stock here today. I know a bunch of us did otherwise. I saw Robert get in and out for about 50 cents himself earlier. Phil got 47 cents. Charles R got about 51 cents. Chuck got like $1.50, I think, on his trade. Alex got $1. He was in from 660. John got $1. I mean, it looks like a lot of us did really well on this trade. So congratulations to any one of us. But, with that in mind here, you don't want to fall in love with the stock too much. Hey, look at the stock right now. It could pop up a little bit more. Might make like a freak little 50-cent dollar pop up. It's a gamble right now, folks. It's a gamble. I mean, more now than it was from the morning. It was pretty high risk from the morning, and it ended up working out even better heading into the noontime session. It's a huge risk right now. Maybe by the end of this meeting, perhaps. Actually, I'm not going to go a step further. I'm actually going to rewind a little bit, folks. Right back to TGTX. Wow, this thing is dropping right back down. We just left off on this trade off the 1050 level. It was pulling back to 10 when we were talking about potentially shorting the stock and continuing the gap fill. Oh my goodness. Look at this trade. What a gap fill this is. Incredible. Next support off of 9, but if it breaks below 9, you could even say like 850, 851, basically where it got halted to begin with. A nasty shake, but a really good gap fill as a short. I got to ask right now, is anyone in this trade as a short right now? Mark, perhaps, or Michael? Any of our students here that look to follow some good shorts? Allison, you are very nice. Love to hear that. I was in another trade, says Mark. Well, hopefully another trade that made you some money, even if not as much as what this could have, right? We got plenty of ball left to play, right? Actually, that's if you're not joining me in class, right? If you're joining me in class, then we're not going to be trading live as much. We're going to be going back on the morning, at least that was, but whew, I can just watch this thing right now with you folks, the rest of this meeting. This might get halted on the way down, actually. Look at this. This might be getting halted on the way down soon. One more big drop like this, and it definitely will. I thought it was about to here at 884. Mark saying in response, it showed him some love. How about that? And not L-O-V-E. Well, L-O-V-E definitely, but L-U-V he wrote. So L-U-V Southwest Airlines. We'll jump to that next, then we'll continue our top to bottom, right? But LUV, we were talking about this from yesterday. It was a really good short, at least heading into the afternoon yesterday. Mark referencing this trade, at least he missed out on TGTX, but he'd called this out earlier off the 33 level, if I'm not mistaken, or at least as it was breaking towards the lows. And it looks like he did pretty well on this trade too. And then this is right back to the lows of the day right now. It would be hard to not put this on our list as well here. It's, down 4%. There could be stocks down more percentage wise, but it's coming off of news. It's at the lows. It's a nice trade for right now, this LUV. All right. Geez, what is TGTX going to 0 right now? Oh my goodness, look at this. Still down. It's like at 878 right now. There's a big iceberg on the bid. It's about to get test right now. Check this out. About a 46,000 share order, if not more, getting filled right off of 875 right here from Bookmap. Don't expect the bounce all the way. You got a little squeeze up. Don't get me wrong. Wouldn't shock me if they bring the thunder back down on this trade soon and it smashes back below 875. It would not shock me if we get that coming up in the next few minutes. But I don't want to waste too much time now. I said to start off this meeting, we got to move quick. So really, let's just go right from top to bottom. Otherwise, let's see what else we can get. All right. So Lucy, and we ended up doing, I don't even want to say good because it was kind of a dud after the market opened up. We really didn't focus on this after 9:30 as much. We were expecting a pullback, but it didn't pull back low enough down to 109. And even when it broke above little resistance here, it offered us nothing. So honestly, this Lucy trade was pretty decent in pre-market. I know myself, Norman, a couple of us jumped in on it early. I'll go over that trade with you folks coming up to begin the phase 2 class. That's actually the first trade that started my morning off. It was after 8:30 in the morning, but otherwise this didn't really offer us much after. JNCE, not much either on this. We'll skip over this and just see what else we got. Grr. You knew I had to pronounce it that way. It's like a bear growling, right? And grr. What's the name of this company actually? Gorilla. There we go. All right, so not a bear, it's a gorilla. Gorilla Technology Group. So this stock either way isn't looking too good right now. And we keep it moving. The stock is PDSB, not only just on the intraday, but looking at this stock back from, I got to jump back here on my chart. Maybe I'm thinking of a different ticker, but we ended up doing well on this. Oh, no. We did all right. This is back from last year, pumped all the way up towards 14. I forgot that this ended up breaking higher afterwards, though. We ended up doing really well in the stock back from midway of last year. Initially, it was breaking over 6, but we didn't really call it out at that point. We called it out the following day as it blasted over 7. And then just a massive run up towards 14, broke even higher after that. So we know the stock has some legs. The order book is a little thin, so I'm not too particular about that part. But the fact it's at the highs, I don't mind it. Let's definitely respect this trend. Let's not go counter trend on this suddenly. It's on a pretty tight trend, if I must say so myself. GLYC, not looking terrible. You got an order on the ask as resistance at 279, about 25,000 shares. It's at the highs. It broke above the highs from the last several days, if not weeks here. Yeah, I mean, back from mid-November, broke these highs today. So there could be more on this GLYC trade. I don't mind it. Definitely want to see some more volume start trading on it soon, more and more over time. MMAT at the high of the day here. I skipped over PGY. Not much happening on this right now. Little pop from the morning. There's our TGTX coming right back down to 9. I think that comes back down to 875 sooner than later. That's a shoot from the hip prediction. So we'll see what happens there. Hold the VWAP as resistance perhaps. But gosh, GOSS, I forgot about this thing. I mean, hey, we ended up doing well on this back last year with the meme stocks like AMC and all of those. Ended up popping for us back then. Probably have to go to the weekly chart for that. Right up here. Now, with that, though, it ended up dumping off, and that's what I forgot about. So this thing had a huge gap down to begin this month. A little short covering. It moved up 14+%. It's on a nice trend, so that's where I say you don't want to counter trend it. If anything, let's respect this trend up. So I don't mind putting this on our list for right now. If it ends up dudding off, though, and that also wouldn't shock me right from 2, let's really begin to see this show some more volume around the 2 level. It might not be right now. It might take later on in the day, like around that 3:15, 3:30 Eastern time slot. But we'll see what's out there. VKTX, same deal. Where's Chuck right now? He's probably in this trade. So VKTX looking pretty healthy once again today. It's been this is easy to say in hindsight, right? But it's been a pretty good swing trade. But nonetheless, we've been calling it out primarily as a day trade. Hey, you don't know when this is going to begin to pull back, revert back to 7. So, we weren't necessarily looking for it as a swing trade, but with that in mind, I mean, today this could really begin to squeeze up a lot higher. I don't have level 4 open for this right now, so I'd assume resistance to be off of 9 next. After that, we'll kind of, go step by step. We'll post the link just after we finish up the meeting. All right, so at least for right now, we got 6 stocks on our watch list, and the markets are like flat right now. They dropped off earlier today. We'll probably find more on the loser side anyway. So this is actually a really good start. KPTI, just kind of finishing up the gainer side here. That just about wraps it up. We got cold natural gas ETF. Not much happening there for right now. Pushed up from the morning. All right, let's hop over to the losers list right now, folks, seeing if there's anything looking just as good, if not better. And while I'll do that, let me just ask in advance for Mark and for Barbara and Allison and Grant, all of us otherwise inside the live trading room, definitely let me know if there's anything up, down, left, or right that you'd want me to check out just before we finish up. Class coming up today at 3:05 Eastern time, folks. One more reminder on that for all of us here inside this chat board. Gonna jump to Benzinga Pro right now, seeing if there's anything looking just as good right there. Cal is trying to go back up again, right? A little squeak back up. I'd said, perhaps this can make like a freak 50-cent dollar move. And honestly, that's kind of undershooting it because of how much the stock ran today. It technically is possible to see a bit more, but I'm not going to hold my breath waiting for that right now. All right, so I don't mind slipping this back on our list here in the meantime. HOTH, not much happening here. Got old friend Tops at the high of the day. Not fully sold on that yet. Peggy, I wish this was trading more volume per minute. It's like kind of thin right now. If it could hold here, maybe there can get some more eyeballs on that on that trade. Allison brought up CVNA earlier, I think, right? One of us, I think Allison brought it up, and it's just a slow poke. I just saw it pop back up on Benzinga Pro right there. So it's back towards the highs. There could be some short covering on this trade, perhaps. I'll put this on the side list for right now. All right, back to TGTX, back under 9. Be careful. I think that we could see more on that downtrend there for right now. All right, folks, for all of us on social media, Facebook Live or YouTube, got Tim right now saying, I need a better microphone. That will cause me extreme paranoia, Tim. Hopefully all audio is good. I didn't really notice the audio is that bad right now. It should have been good across the board. It might be on your end, perhaps a quick reset, but otherwise, though, I'm not going to sleep at night now. So I'm going to make sure my audio is good to go come tomorrow morning, Tim, or tomorrow afternoon. I appreciate you joining us though, on YouTube. For all of us on YouTube or Facebook Live, though, otherwise, if you have any other questions or emails you'd like to send on over, please email myself here, josh@ctutrading.com. That's my email address. Always like to post that at the end of these streams. Otherwise, though, if you're interested in joining our live trading room, just go right down to the link on the green banner below the stream right there to get yourself started. But for Ronnie, Grant, Leda, Mark, Allison, Barbara, Dan, and all of us just here live, I look forward to seeing most of us at least in the Phase 2 stock course coming up. I believe that Rich will try and get on the mic coming up this afternoon, folks. So he's actually recovering from the flu, feeling like total crap. He had mentioned to me, throat's like bad. So, he's going to do his best. So be on the lookout for that. But otherwise, best of luck trading for all of us not joining us here in class heading into the market close. Talk to you soon.